What's up, fourth grade? Cole here from Serenity Impact, here to teach you to be safe, be healthy, and have fun at the same time. All right, you guys, so we're going to get straight into our lesson. So, what we are talking about today, anyone have any guesses? Drum roll, please. So today we will be talking about making decisions, making great decisions. So before we get into that, you guys, we are going to have a little recap of last week. So who remembers what a goal is? If you remember, go ahead and think about it. Say it. All right, you guys, so a goal is something that you want to achieve. Remember that? A goal is something you want to achieve. Okay, and so based off of last week, how many of you guys made some progress on your weekly goal? Show of hands. Raise your hand. All right, awesome, you guys. Great job with your goals. Okay, so we are going to get into today's lesson in 1 second. So, quick trivia, quick recap. There's 5 goal setting steps. Does anyone remember what those are? All right, we're going to run through them really quickly. So the first one is to name it. You have to name your goal. Remember, you have to write it down or you have to say it. Number 2 is picture yourself doing it. You have to think in your mind and you have to think, what does it look like me achieving this goal? Third one is saying, I can. You have to tell yourself you can do it, right? Fourth is think how to do it, right? You got to have a plan. You have to have some kind of strategy. Fifth is just going for it and doing it. Like we said last week, Nike, just do it. Last but not least, you must celebrate your success. You must treat yourself some type of way. All right, you guys, so we're going to get into decision making today. So decisions. Okay, so how many of you have already made a decision today? Show of hands. Yes, Cole has already made a decision today. All right, so go ahead and share with your neighbor one example of a decision that you've made today. All right, you guys, bring it back in. Great examples of decisions y'all have made. So Cole has a question for you. Are all of your decisions easy to make? Think about it for a second. Are all decisions easy to make? All right, I'm gonna tell you. No, they are not. Not all decisions are easy to make. Okay, so what we're going to do now, you guys, is we are going to do a little exercise. Or activity, a really fun game. So what we're going to do is I'm going to list off some examples of decisions and you're going to tell me, was that an easier decision to make by snapping your fingers. If you can't snap, you can just fake snap. Or if it's a harder decision to make, you are going to, kind of like what we did with our goals, we're going to touch our temples. We're going to touch our brains. Like, this is a harder decision to make. All right, so we're going to do the first one as an example. So, is this an easier decision or a harder decision to make? What to have for breakfast? Cole has oatmeal like every morning for breakfast, so that's an easy decision to make. So I'm going to go ahead and snap. All right, great job, you guys. So that was the example one. So now we're going to keep going. So if you are going to repeat a rumor you've heard about your best friend, is that an easier decision to make or a harder decision to make? For Cole, that's an easier decision to make. I'm not going to repeat the rumor. Okay, so next one, you guys. Whether to do your homework or not. I'm not going to lie. Cole has not been in school for a while, so it's hard for me to do homework, so it's a harder decision to make. So I'm going to go ahead and touch my temples. I'm probably going to do my homework, but it's going to take me a while to decide. All right, what to do on the weekend? This one's also a harder one for Cole because there's so much you can get done on the weekend. So I'm going to go ahead and touch my temple to figure out what am I going to do this weekend. All right, next one, you guys. If you're going to tell your parents the truth, even if it's going to get you in trouble. That's a harder one. You don't want to get in trouble, but also you want to make sure they know the truth because there's consequences behind it. And we're going to talk about consequences in a second. If you are going to cheat on a test because you didn't study for it. That's an easy one. I'm not a cheater. I'm not going to cheat on my test. Whatever grade I get, I get. It's not the end of the world. What to have for dessert? Ooh, easy one. Cake. Dessert. Okay, next one. And last one. Whom to invite to your party? I have a lot of friends, and I'm pretty sure you guys all have a lot of friends too in your class. So I'm going to think a little longer on that, on who am I inviting to my party. All right, great job, you guys. That was super fun. Okay, so follow-up question for you. Did you guys notice that your thoughts in particular on big decisions took a little time? Or was there no difference between the easier decision and the harder decision? Think about it. Just some food for thought. All right, you guys, we are going to move on. So go ahead and take out your workbooks and open to page 5, section A, amazing. Give you some time to do that. Okay, you guys, so as you see on page 5, there is a huge maze. I am going to give you guys 1 minute to first work your way through the maze. And as you work your way through the maze, write down the steps to our decision-making process. I'll give you a hint, you guys. The steps are in order from the start of the maze to the finish of the maze. All right, you guys. So also, if you need help or you want to check your work, your teacher will have the answer key. All right, you guys. So I'm going to give you guys 1 minute to work on the maze. Starting now. All right, you guys. Awesome job. Okay, so we are going to go through in order the decision making steps that we found. So if you know it, go ahead and say what the first one is. Yes, the first one is stop. You are going to stop. You are going to stop. Sometimes it helps Cole to not only stop, but just take a breath, breathe in, breathe out, and take a moment to process. You are going to stop. So how many of you guys have made a decision too quickly? You didn't stop and you made a decision and then you regretted the decision. Did that decision turn out badly or did it turn out good? If it turned out badly, you may have experienced a negative consequence. Like I said earlier, we are going to talk about consequences now. Okay, so what is a consequence? Do you know? If you know, think about it. Go ahead and share. All right, great thoughts, you guys. So what a consequence is basically a result of taking an action. So whenever you make a decision, there's going to be an end result. That is what a consequence is. Can consequences be positive? Do you think so? Yes, they can. I'll give you guys an example. So if you make the decision to practice your lines for the play that you're in, the 4th grade play that you're in, you will feel more confident and you'll perform well, right? That is considered a positive consequence. All right, you guys, so great job with number 1. So now we are on number 2. What do you guys think number 2 is? That's right. Number 2 is think. You are going to go ahead and think about your decision. You're going to think about the possible negative consequences and positive consequences that can come with your decision. All right, number 3, you guys, is to act. You are going to go ahead and act. Kind of like in our goal setting process, you got to act. You have to do it. Nike, just do it. And number 4, you have to reflect. After you made your decision and you've seen what consequence, whether it's positive or negative, happened, you have to reflect and be like, was that a good decision? Would I make that decision again? All right, you guys, great job so far. Okay, so turn to in your workbooks to page 6, titled Guest List. All right, you guys, so you may notice that there is a little story for us on page 6. I'm, for the sake of time, going to go ahead and read it for you guys. So Jackson is having a party next month. He is talking with his mom about whom to invite to the party. He definitely wants all his friends from his Cub Scout troop to attend. His mom says, "That's a good idea, Jackson. Make sure you invite Randall as well." Randall is a boy in the troop who is shy and keeps to himself. Jackson doesn't know Randall well and isn't sure about inviting him to the party. Jackson has a decision to make. All right, you guys, so I am going to give you guys another minute to put in order the decision-making process. Go ahead and read each answer and try to put them in order based off of what decision step you think it is. I'm going to give you guys 1 minute starting now. And stop. All right, bring it back, you guys, bring it back. So we are going to go ahead and check our answer with Cole together. Okay, so for A, what do you guys think the number that goes with A is? So I think it is 3. So after considering his options, Jackson made the decision to invite Randall to the party. He made the party invitations and handed them out at the next Cub Scout meeting. All right, so what decision-making step is that? I think it's acting. He definitely decided to act. Okay, you guys, so let's see what B is. What number do you guys think go with B? Any guesses? I think it's 1. So Jackson knew it was a difficult decision that required some thought, so he stopped and took a minute before thinking about what to do. What decision making goes with B? Yes, it is stop, because he obviously stopped. Y'all are so smart and y'all are doing so great. All right, so let's go on to C. What number goes with C? I think it's 4. So after his party, Jackson said to himself, I made the right decision and am happy that I included Randall. I feel good. My mom is proud of my decision and everyone made a new friend. All right. So that sounds like that's the end of the decision-making process. So I think C goes with decision step reflect, maybe? Yes, reflect. Okay. So last but not least, D. All right, so obviously this is the last one. So D goes with 2. Jackson pictured in his mind what the best possible outcome would be. He thought about his options and then listed the positive and negative consequences of each one. Okay, so there's only one decision-making step left. Obviously, he thought. He took a minute and he thought. The second decision-making step. All right, great job, you guys. Y'all are doing awesome today. Okay, so I have a few questions for you guys. Okay, so sometimes you need to talk to someone about decisions because sometimes decisions are so hard, you can't just figure it out by yourself, right? Right, okay. So why might this be a good idea? Think about it. Why would I want to talk to someone else about a decision I'm trying to make? Okay. So sometimes we might want to talk to an adult about a decision, right? Especially if they're one of the harder decisions. So take some time, take about 1 minute to think about and to discuss with your neighbor, I would say about 3 adults that you could talk to about a hard decision. Are y'all ready? And go. All right, you guys, bring it back. So I want to hear some answers. So what are some adults that you guys think that y'all can talk to about harder decisions? Maybe parents, maybe a teacher, maybe grandparents. These are all great answers, you guys. Great job. Okay, so last activity of the day. Almost through, you guys. So turn to page 7 titled Talk It Out in your workbook. Okay, you guys. So you notice we have two stories here. We have two stories. Um, for the sake of time, I'm going to go ahead and let you read with your neighbor the stories. But what you're going to do for story number one and story number two, and you're going to take the rest of the time to do this, you are going to decide, is this a decision that I can make on my own, or do I need an adult? On your own, need an adult. Okay, you guys, so that's what we're gonna do with the rest of your time. I've had so much fun with you guys. Make sure that you are using your decision making steps to help towards your goal, because I'm still gonna check up on you and your goal. All right, and last but not least, make sure that y'all are not only making a good decision, but y'all are having a great day. All right, you guys. So this has been Cole with Serenity Impact. I will see you guys next week. Bye bye.